When did you realize you were not the favorite child? I was 14 when my sister Magnolia got arrested for shoplifting, and my parents hired the best lawyer in town. That same month, I needed glasses, badly. I'd been squinting at the blackboard for months, getting headaches, failing tests I should have aced. When I finally convinced them to take me for an eye exam, they chose the cheapest frames from the discount rack. "These will do fine," Mom said, holding up wire-rimmed horrors that made me look like a depressed librarian. "Magnolia's legal fees are draining us," but the signs were there long before that. When I was 10, Magnolia crashed her bike into Mrs. Chen's mailbox. Dad spent his Saturday rebuilding it and brought Magnolia flowers to apologize. 2 weeks later, I won the county spelling bee. They forgot to pick me up from school. The pattern became impossible to ignore. Magnolia's report cards filled with D's and F's prompted family meetings about learning disabilities and private tutors. My straight A's earned a brief good job before they moved on to discussing Magnolia's latest crisis. When she got caught drinking at 15, they sent her to a fancy rehabilitation center in Colorado. When I asked if I could take piano lessons, they said money was tight. The breaking point came junior year. I'd been accepted into the State Honors Program, a prestigious summer academy that would guarantee college scholarships. The program was free, but I needed transportation to the interview 2 hours away. I'd been planning this for months, researching every detail, crafting the perfect application. The night before my interview, Magnolia called from her friend's house, drunk and stranded. Her latest boyfriend had abandoned her at some party. Without hesitation, Dad grabbed his keys. "Your interview will have to wait," Mom said, not even looking up from her phone where she was texting Magnolia. "Family emergencies come first." "This isn't an emergency," I said, desperation creeping into my voice. She made choices. This program could change my entire future. Dad paused at the door. "Magnolia needs us right now. You're responsible. You'll figure something else out." I watched them drive away to rescue their precious disaster child while my dream sat dying in a manila envelope. I called my grandfather, explained the situation through tears. He drove 4 hours round trip to get me to that interview. I got accepted. That summer, while I excelled at the academy, learning advanced mathematics and conducting real research, Magnolia crashed Dad's car into a tree. Again, they hired lawyers, paid fines, bought her a replacement vehicle. When I returned home with college admission offers and scholarship opportunities, they barely looked up from dealing with Magnolia's latest court date. "That's wonderful, honey," Mom said absently. "Can you help us figure out how to pay for Magnolia's community service fees?" The final straw came at graduation. I was valedictorian, giving the commencement speech to 800 people. Magnolia had dropped out months earlier, but decided she wanted to attend my ceremony. 20 minutes before I was supposed to speak, she had a panic attack in the parking lot. Mom and Dad left to comfort her, missing my speech entirely. I stood at that podium, looking out at the empty seats where my parents should have been, and delivered my address about perseverance and overcoming obstacles. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. After graduation, I moved across the country for college. I called less and less. When they reached out, it was always about Magnolia, her latest job loss, her new boyfriend troubles, her need for money. Last year, Magnolia called me directly. She was pregnant, broke, and the father had disappeared. Could I help with baby expenses? "Where are Mom and Dad?" I asked. "They've done enough," she said. "They think you should help now since you're doing so well." I laughed, actually laughed, at the audacity. "I've been helping my whole life," I told her. "I helped by never being a problem. I helped by earning scholarships so they could afford your disasters. I helped by raising myself. But your family," she protested. "Family is supposed to be mutual," I replied. "You'll figure something out. You always do." I hung up and blocked their numbers. Some people mistake neglect for independence. I learned the difference.